Hello and welcome to Blue Collar Performance. Today, an update on the engine for the S10. If you guys will remember, when I went to the junkyard, I grabbed the aluminum L33 5.3, which I was super excited about, to find. You don't find those often in there. When you find them, you better grab them because they ain't gonna last. This one, somebody pulled the heads off, which I'm sure they yanked the heads off and sold them on eBay or something. And, they left the block sitting there open. So the bores were rusty. I'll insert a clip here. And here's Dandy. Looked at this and I saw somebody yank the heads off. I saw flat tops. I was like, yeah, 4.8. And I kind of got looking and I noticed there's no rust. So I cruised around here. Took a look at the RPO codes, and right there you see L33. That's an aluminum block flat top 5.3 HO sitting right out here in the junkyard with the heads off of it. Despite the bores being rusty, I pulled it anyway because the truth is I was willing to bore that block to make it work, whatever it took, as long as the block wasn't broken, which I looked at it pretty close in the junkyard and it didn't appear to be. As long as the block wasn't broken, I was willing to do whatever it took to fix it because the aluminum block is 109 pounds lighter than the iron block and building this S10. And one of the reasons I got excited about the aluminum block is not necessarily just because it's going to be easier to go 10s on the cheap. We're going to step it up a little bit on down the line. As soon as we get our cheap 10s out of the way, we're going to do some stuff. I've been ordering parts. But anyway, let me save that for another day. And what I'll do is I'll flip you guys around and show you what we got going on. So obviously it was sitting out there for a while with the heads off of it. And the crankshaft is pitted. I can feel it. Not much pumpkin. Don't look too good. Probably turn out of there though. It's, it's just enough you can feel the roughness with your fingernail. With what I'm planning on doing to this thing, I have no desire to put it back in like that. The truth is I could probably run some emery cloth over it and it'd probably be okay. That's not what we're gonna do because, as I said, we will be wicking it up. And then over here, I've got on the back of the truck, there's the block. There's the old camshaft who suffered a bunch of rust, but that's okay because we don't need that where we're going. Pistons all look okay. A little bit of coating wore off of them, no big deal to me because I just ain't care. That's gonna be fine. Bearings, as they always are in these old junkyard motors, man, perfect. Cam bearings look terrible, but they always do. I don't know if I'm gonna hit them with a bore gauge or just put a set in it. I'll measure them and then make up my mind, I guess. But what I really wanted to show you guys is I ran a hone, and this is just a typical 3-finger spring stone hone through these bores that had some rust in them, and there's a tiny bit of staining in them. I don't even think the camera's picking it up, but you've got it. Yeah, you can see it like right down in here. There's just let me see if I can get where it shows good. There it is. Just a little bit of discolorization, but that's all that's wrong with it. So the block cleaned up. So depending on what I need to do with the crankshaft, we're going to go back together with the same pistons and rods because, Gen 4 rods, and a quick, easy way of knowing, if you don't know by looking at the big end, is these have the circlips in them. You can change these pistons in your garage. The end looks different here. You can look it up online and see it. I've got an engine on my video I rebuilt that's got Gen 3 rods in it, so you can tell there. But anyway, the block, as far as I'm concerned, saved. I'm gonna have to, obviously, I just kind of, honed at it. It's a long ways from perfect. I've got to put the final 45 finish on it. But for now, I just wanted to make sure the rust cleaned up. And that way I could move forward with it. So, my next step will be cleaning it up. And, I guess I'm gonna drop the crank off at the machine shop and see if they think that'll polish or if they want to turn it or what we need to do there. But regardless, I am excited. I got a L33 shave weight off the front of this little truck, and I hope you guys are excited to see what I'm going to do with this thing. You can bet that I am going to try to make sure it's exciting. So that's about it for this one. I just wanted to show you guys the state of affairs with the little engine and maybe drop some hints that stuff's coming, because it's coming. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time.